Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vich. I am a PhD student majoring in multidisciplinary design research faculty of architecture, King Mongkut's Institute of Technology, Lad Krabang, Bangkok, Thailand. My professor is Mr. Nopadon Sahachai Seri. It is my pleasure to have an honor to be here today, presenting you all my work in the topic of conflicting purchasers and users' appeal toward a design goal determining children and parents' purchasing decision, a case study of toy packing design. The contents consist of introduction, the research purposes, theoretical foundation of the research, conceptual framework, methodology, research findings and discussions, and finally, a summary. User participation in design process has always been among the essential strategies for most commercial-oriented packaging and product designers. Conflicting design goals for users who are not purchasers, such as in toys and baby products, are challenging in the creation of an appropriate design brief towards an attractive design for both target groups. The research purposes. First, it aims at studying the visual perception of the children and the parents which affect their interests. Second, the research is to study the factors of the packing image which affect the children's interests and result in parents' decision to purchase the product. Lastly, it is to suggest an approach for toy packing design so as to attract the children's interest and result in parent decision to purchase. Theoretical foundation of the research. The research is based on theoretical establishment on three lines of thought. Firstly, the Gestalt theory explains the way the overall combination of design elements affects the visual perception of viewers, leading to the utilization and configuration of design elements. Secondly, the principles of product marketing psychology and elements that convey the meaning of value and trust. Finally, the principle of design gives the basis of three types of design variables, which are color, texture, and graphical styles. A conceptual framework could be established from the aforementioned literature basis. Children's and parents' perceptions of the aspects of graphic design principles such as color, texture, and graphical style. Next, product image as reflected by its packaging. Then, attraction in accordance to children's affective perception and decision to purchase of guardians or parents. And lastly, packaging design schemes conforming to perceptual psychology. Methodology of the research. Firstly, exploring the children's visual perception elements by questionnaire survey. Secondly, exploring variables determining perception on product value and trust of parents by questionnaire survey. Next, a selection of initial design proposals in accordance with perceptual variables. Then, experimentation using the 3D packaging images as stimuli to solicit answers by means of questionnaire. And the last one, are designing a procedural model in order to attract multiple targets, which are users and purchasers. Targeted subject and sampling methodology. Two groups of subjects are targeted to be sampled, children as the users and parents as the purchasers. In this initial stage, 20 children between 3 to 11 years old and 20 parents are randomly selected for interviews to test the pictorial and 3D stimuli and questionnaire. Two sets of questionnaires are used to ask children and parents separately. Questions are designed to inquire their perceptual and preferential response against a set of 3D stimulus as specified in the conceptual framework. Both questionnaires apply the semantic differential approach to ask the respondent's preference between pairs of conflicting designs as shown in the figure below. Responses are measured in relative terms, comparing the right and left figures. The perception in color. There are four pairs of comparison, which are: firstly, between contrasting color and harmonious one; second, between warm tone color and cool tone color; third, between high level of intensity color and low level of intensity color; and the fourth one, between high level of intensity color and medium level of intensity one. Next, the perception in texture. There are three groups of comparisons, which are: first, matte surface versus glossy surface; second, between flattened surface and convex surface; third, between window cutout surface and concealed one. Then, the perception in graphic. There are three groups of comparison, which are: first, between geometrical shape and natural shape; second, between geometrical shape and mixture of geometrical shape and natural shapes; third, between realistic and simplified graphical shape. Pre-designed answer chart to be checked by children against the figures. Pre-designed answer chart to be checked by parents. The study found that among the tested features, both groups are commonly fond of warm color tone, lighter color intensity, free and combined formal design, glossy texture, design with see-through windows, and realistic graphic design. Most preferred features at the parent's side are explained by three indicators, which are: emphasis, attractiveness, and good taste. The study also found a number of contradictory on preferences between children and parents, namely color intensity, geometrical design, and the presence of cut-out windows. Most research tools are proved valid with small flaw to be corrected. Additional indicators on perceived affordance, safety, and value should be added for comparison reasons. The initial testing of research tools found a pattern of child preference on graphical design, harmonious and warm color tone with medium level of intensity are more preferable for children. The formal design of packaging should be in free natural form or a combination of graphical features. In addition, glossy, convex, and concealed type of design with realistic figures are also more preferable for them. A number of parental design features are also in accordance with those of children. Graphical design significantly influences the appealing and perception of purchasers. As for color, parents prefer harmonious and warm color tone than cool and contrasting scheme. As for formal design, most parents prefer free forms whose shapes derived from natural objects. However, the parents prefer geometrical shape comparing to mixed one. Texture-wise, glossy, convex, and window cutout types of design are more popular than their counterparts. In conclusion, children and parents have the same preferences in most factors examined, except in the texture preference. Children prefer concealed textures, but parents prefer cut-out window ones. To diminishing conflicting design goals between user and purchasers, it requires the creation of an appropriate design brief towards an attractive design for both target groups. If you have any questions, thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, please send them to my email address above.